Have you ever wondered why you're not content despite having everything you've ever wanted? It's a question that often nags at the corners of our minds, isn't it? We chase dreams, attain goals, yet somehow the inner peace we yearn for remains elusive. This conundrum is not unique to our time. Thousands of years ago, philosophers and sages grappled with the same question and came up with insightful answers. One such ancient text, the Tao Te Ching, offers profound wisdom on finding inner peace and contentment. It tells us that the path to true happiness is not paved with external desires, but with inner harmony. Imagine for a moment a river. Its waters are not disturbed by the rocks or the obstacles in its path. Instead, it flows around them, gently, persistently, and in harmony with the natural world. This is the essence of the Tao Te Ching's philosophy, to be like the river, content and at peace, not because of what it possesses, but because of its innate nature. The trouble with our modern lives is that we often mistake having for being. We seek satisfaction in wealth, status, and power, thinking that these will bring us happiness. But in truth, these external desires can cloud our vision, obstruct our path, and keep us from finding true contentness. The Tao Te Ching offers a different perspective. It suggests that to achieve inner peace, we must look within, not without. We must foster gratitude for what we have, serve others selflessly, and align ourselves with the Tao, a higher guiding principle that brings balance and order to the world. The wisdom of the Tao Te Ching extends beyond mere philosophy. It is a practical guide to living, a compass that directs us towards a life marked by peace, contentment, and harmony. So let's dive into the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching to understand how we can prioritize inner harmony over external desires. Because after all, the search for inner peace is not about finding more, but about understanding enough. The Tao Te Ching warns us against the pursuit of wealth, status, and power. But why is that so? It's a compelling question that challenges our modern societal norms. The pursuit of wealth, status, and power can seem like the ultimate goal for many of us. It's easy to get caught up in the allure of shiny objects, top-tier titles, and the commanding influence. However, the Tao Te Ching advises us to tread carefully, warning us that these pursuits can often lead to discontent, conflict, and confusion. When we chase after wealth, we're essentially chasing after an ever-moving target. No matter how much we accumulate, there always seems to be more to be had. This constant striving can lead to a sense of dissatisfaction, a feeling that we're never quite enough. Status, too, can be a tricky beast. It's often fleeting, dependent on the fickle opinions of others. We can become so concerned with how we're perceived that we lose sight of who we truly are. We don a mask, playing a part that may not align with our authentic selves. This dissonance can lead to internal conflict and confusion about our true identity. Power, while intoxicating, can also be isolating. As we climb the ladder, we can become distanced from those around us, our relationships strained by the demands of maintaining our position. It can be a lonely place at the top, a place filled with pressure, expectations, and the constant fear of losing it all. In our pursuit of these external desires, we can easily lose sight of what truly matters. Our true purpose, our authentic selves, and our connections to others can become obscured, hidden behind a veil of material possessions, titles, and influence. It seems that the more we chase after these external desires, the further we drift away from finding true contentment. The Tao Te Ching encourages us to shift our focus, to seek fulfillment not in the external, but in the internal, to find contentment in who we are, in our service to others, and in our alignment with the Tao, the natural flow of life. For it is here, in the present moment, that true happiness resides. In contrast to the pursuit of wealth, status, and power, the Tao Te Ching encourages a life of gratitude and service. But how does this bring us closer to inner peace? Let's begin with gratitude. Imagine waking up each day with a heart full of appreciation, not just for the grand moments, but for the small ones too. The smell of morning coffee, the sound of laughter, the comfort of a warm bed. These simple joys, when recognized and cherished, can shift our perspective from one of wanting to one of having to one of contentment. This is the power of gratitude. It anchors us in the present moment, allowing us to see the beauty in what we already have, rather than yearning for what we lack. Service to others, on the other hand, takes us out of our own desires and plants us firmly in the world of others. It reminds us of our interconnectedness and our collective purpose. When we help others, we are not just aiding them in their journey, but we are also enriching our own. Service breeds empathy, understanding, and a sense of fulfillment that no amount of wealth, status, or power can provide. Now, imagine if we could marry these two principles, gratitude and service, and align them with the Tao, or a higher guiding principle. This is the path the Tao Te Ching encourages us to walk. It's a path that leads not to external validation or material gain, but to inner harmony. It's a path that helps us understand our place in the world, not as separate beings fighting for our share, but as integral parts of a whole, contributing to the balance and order of the universe. By aligning ourselves with the Tao, we can let go of ego-driven desires. We can cease the endless chase for more and instead find satisfaction in the present moment. We can stop trying to force life to bend to our will and instead trust in the natural flow of things. And in doing so, we can find the inner peace we seek. By focusing on gratitude and service to others, we can align ourselves with the Tao and find the inner peace we seek. The Tao Te Ching describes the Tao as an inexhaustible and hidden force that brings smoothness to sharp edges, untangles knots, and settles dust. But what does this mean for us? Let's dive deeper into the fourth verse of the Tao Te Ching, a poetic verse that holds profound wisdom for our search for inner peace. It speaks of the Tao as a force that can smooth our rough edges, untangle the knots of our confusion, and settle the dust of our turmoil. It's an all-pervading force, the common ancestor of all things, silently influencing the balance and order in the world. In essence, the Tao is the way of the universe. It's the natural flow of things, the rhythm of life that we often overlook in our quest for control and domination. Trusting in the Tao means letting go of the illusion that we can shape the world to our whims and desires. It means embracing the fact that we are part of a larger, interconnected whole, and that our peace lies in aligning ourselves with this natural flow, not in resisting it. Letting go of ego-driven desires is not about denying our needs or suppressing our aspirations. It's about recognizing that our true fulfillment does not lie in the relentless pursuit of wealth, status, or power. These pursuits often leave us feeling empty and discontented because they are based on external validation and are therefore fleeting. Trusting in the Tao is about finding contentment within ourselves in the here and now. It's about understanding that our worth is not defined by external achievements, but by our inner harmony and peace. It's about realizing that we are enough just as we are, and that our happiness does not depend on the approval or admiration of others. So how do we trust in the Tao? We start by cultivating gratitude for what we have, by serving others without expecting anything in return, and by practicing mindfulness, which helps us stay present and appreciate the beauty of each moment. By trusting in the Tao, we can learn to let go of our ego-driven desires and find harmony and contentment in our lives. So, what have we learned from the Tao Te Ching about finding inner peace and contentment? We've journeyed through the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching and discovered that true contentment is not found in the pursuit of wealth, status, or power. These external desires are fraught with pitfalls. They can lead to discontent, conflict, and confusion. Rather, the key to contentment is prioritizing inner harmony. It's about establishing a sense of balance within ourselves, a serene equilibrium that remains undisturbed by the chaos of the outside world. This balance is not a static state, but a dynamic process, like a tree swaying gently in the wind. It's about being flexible, adaptable, and open to change, just as the Tao is ever flowing and ever changing. We've also learned the importance of gratitude and service. To be grateful means to appreciate what we have right now, not what we wish we had. It's about embracing the present moment with all its beauty and imperfections. Service, on the other hand, is about extending our circle of concern beyond ourselves. It's about contributing to the well-being of others, making a positive difference in the world around us. And finally, we've delved into the concept of trusting in the Tao. The Tao is described as an inexhaustible force, a hidden source of harmony and balance. It brings smoothness to sharp edges, untangles knots, and settles dust. It is the common ancestor of all things, influencing the balance and order in the world. To trust in the Tao is to trust in the natural flow of life, to let go of ego-driven desires, and to lead a life focused on harmony and service. Remember, the path to inner peace and contentment lies not in the pursuit of external desires, but in aligning ourselves with the Tao and living in the present moment. It's about letting go of what we think we want and embracing what we truly need, a sense of inner peace, a life of service, and a deep connection with the Tao.